Hello everyone, welcome to Jaya Sharma YouTube channel. So in this video we are going to learn about GDCM subject, which is Group Dynamics Communication Management subject. This subject will be in your MBA second year, third semester for HR specialization students. So this is the first unit of that GDCM. Okay, first we'll be seeing the introduction. What is this GDCM? G means group, D means dynamics, C means communication and management. Group is a collection of two or more persons or individuals. See, we all know group means it is a collection of two people or more than two people. These two or more persons will share their common idea. They'll interact with each other and share info and shed all their interest with one person to another person. So now we all understand what is group. Group is a collection of two or more persons or individuals who share their common idea, interaction, members shares their info and share all interest. So what is dynamics means? Dynamics comes from the Greek word. See, this word dynamics comes from Greek. Force means group dynamics means the force of Group dynamics means the interaction of force between group members in social situation. Here the dynamics means force of action. If any situation that a person was want to exhibit, then at that time the person will exhibit their views by using the force of actions. So group dynamics means the interaction of force between group members in social situation. Okay, GD deals with situation with the group members, how it changes. See, group dynamics means they'll be giving one situation and this group people have to discuss and change that situation. That means if they given one problem, all the group members have to discuss about that problem and have to change the situation. That means they have to get to one solution. So group dynamics deals with this situation with the group members, how it changes. Okay, that is about group and dynamics. Group is nothing but two or more people, whereas dynamics means force of action. GD means GD deals with the situation with the group members, how it changes. Okay, so what are the important characteristics of this group dynamics? Important characteristics of group dynamics. So this is very important characteristics of group dynamics is very important. Say listen carefully, which is first one, GD describes the group should be organized and operated. See, if any group is formed, that group should be organized and operated. It should not be unorganized. Organized means particular persons, they'll be having their own role in that group. They'll be having their own role and also assigned work to them. So that's why GD describes the group should be organized and operated. That is first characteristic. Next, GD deals with internal nature of group formation, structure and process and the way they affect individual and other groups, the organization as whole. See, GD deals with internal nature of the group. Group means there will be, first suppose we are considering group means 5 members. Their internal nature, each person's nature is different than the other, and how these 5 members formed a group and what is the structure of this group and process, the way they affect individuals and the effect of other groups, as these 5 people are affected by the other, or this formation of group will be affected by the other groups or the organization as well, that we have to check, which is the next important characteristic, that is about structure, process, effect of individual, effect of group and effect of another group and effect of the organization, and it is also deals with the internal nature of the group. And GD refers to the change which takes place within the group, is concerned with the interaction and forces obtained between group members in social setting. See, if as we took example as 5 members of people in a group, see if they are sitting at one place, if they exhibit their views for bring changes in the group, then everyone will accept the changes if it is really good for the group. So that's why GD refers to the changes which takes place within the group and concerned with the interaction and forces obtained between group members in social setting. Next, GD consists of a set of techniques such as role play, brainstorming, and sensitivity training, etc. See, this GD is also consists of a set of techniques such as role play. If there are 5 members in a group, then each role of that individual will be different than the other, and there should be a brainstorming that the group should be very strong compared to the other groups. There will be more training to that group. They should be one. The group should be act like a one so that they can defeat other groups. These are the 4 important characteristics of group dynamics. See, first, the group should be organized and the group structured process, and the group should be affect individual, other groups, and also the organization. Next, group dynamics refer changes. If any person in the group wish for the change, if the wish of that person is really very profitable to the group, then the changes will be accepted by the rest of the people in the group. So changes will be accepted by how they discuss through the interaction while social setting. And also GD consists of a set of techniques, role play and brainstorming to make the group to be very strong than the other groups. Okay, these are the characteristics. Now, types of groups. Types of groups: formal group, informal group, formal group and informal, formal, informal groups. Formal work group. See, formal work group. This formal work group established by the organization to achieve organizational goals and work for assignment assigned by the organization. This formal group was established by the organization. Formal groups were established by the organization to achieve organizational goals. See, we all know groups will be formed. There are 2 types of groups. One is formal group and another is informal group. Formal group was established by the organization in order to achieve organizational goals and to complete the assigned assignment work. That is about formal group. In that formal group also, there are 3 different types of groups. In that formal group also, there are 3 different types of groups. What are they? First is command group. First is command group. Okay. First is command group in formal group. Command. See, command. In the word only we can know it is the formal group. Command. Composed of subordinates who report directly on common supervisor. See, composed of subordinates. This command group is having subordinates who directly report to the common supervisor. Example, principal, production manager and his subordinates in organization. First, suppose if it is school, all teachers are the subordinates to the principals. So if anything happened wrong with the school students, then all teachers will be informed to the principal. So here teachers are subordinates and principal like a manager. Okay, so this is like command group. Command group means composed of subordinates who report directly to the common supervisor. See, while the principal sir is the supervisor and the teachers are subordinates. That is command group. which is having subordinates and supervisor. And next, which is task group, consists of people who work together to achieve common goal. See, there are different people will work together to achieve a common goal. If in a company there is a project relating to the roads, then four people will be assigned for that project. Their common goal is to complete that road project. So that's why it is a task group, consists of people, as this group is having some people who work together to achieve a common goal. Four people common goal is to achieve that project, to complete that project. So that's why it is task group. Next, functional groups. Functional groups created by organization to accomplish specific goals within unspecified time frame. See, this is functional group is also assigned by the organization. This group is also created by the organization to accomplish specific goals within unspecified time frame. Any task that were assigned by the organization will be achieved by this particular group, and it should be complete within time frame, or it may be unspecified time frame also. So these are the three important groups that are formal groups. One is command, task, and functional. These are the three groups. Now we'll see informal groups. Okay. Informal group is also having three other groups. So what are they? Okay. Informal groups. See, informal groups. They form naturally, not appointed by the organization. See, these informal groups will be formed naturally, these are not assigned by the organization. Okay, they do not have a specific time frame. See, for organizational groups, those groups are not permanent groups at all time. Based on the project, based on the assignment, they'll form groups. So they are not permanent groups, and for particular time frame only they make groups. So here they do not have a specific time frame. That means if suppose I said a road project. A road project should require 4 members, and 4 members with a technical background, having one should know how to manage project designer. These 4 members are required for that road project, and these 4 members will form group by the organization. So these 4 will be a group until this project completes. That means a particular time frame. Till that particular time frame only these 4 members will be a group. After the project completes, then these 4 members will be into their respective positions and do their work. So here they don't have a specific time frame. They join from time to time. They can join, they can leave. There is no specific time frame. They have a strong influence on organization, either positive or negative. They will be having an impact on the organization which is positive or negative. This is created for purpose or own interest. Say this informal group is having no time frame, and they are a strong influence on the organization which is positive or negative, and they created for a purpose. These groups are also created for a purpose. If any group is formed, they'll be forming only for purpose, no based on some other purpose. So it is created for a purpose on own interest other than accomplishment naturally. So now we will see whether it is how many types of groups are there. See, in informal groups it is interest groups. Interest group means they usually continue over time and may last longer. They usually continue over time and may last longer. See, interest groups means students come together for studies. See, while we do combined studies, 4 or 5 of our friends will decide to study in a particular home. So we can be continue over time, or we can last longer. For we 5 members will continue as a group of students for a combined studies for the next semester. Next semester we can continue like that. Otherwise we can stop with this only one exam. So this is interest group. Having interest of 4 5 members, and we started sitting to read a particular subject for some time, or for the particular exam. We can be like that. Otherwise we can also continue of sitting all 5 members for the further exams also. So this is interest group, based on the interest of other friends, and we formed as a group. So this is interest group. See, in formal groups, the first one is interest. And friendship group, formed by members, which is friendship groups formed by members who enjoy similarly social activities, political beliefs, religious value, etc. A soft body cricket team. See, friendship group, we all know the friendship group that formed by the members who enjoy same social activities, having the same interests. So it is a friendship groups, like somebody like cricket and the other is also like cricket. So these people will form like a friendship groups. Having mutual and equal interests. Friendship group, interest groups. Now it is reference group. This is a type of group people use it to evaluate themselves. Reference groups have a strong influence on members behavior. Main purpose is social validation and social comparison. Family, friends, religious affiliations are strong reference groups for most individual. That means reference group means like family groups, like family and the other friends will be formed like a group for different religious. If they are having same, if they're based on religions, also will be formed like a group. So this is reference group. If our family introduce the other family as a family friend, then we will be formed as one group. And if we like a same god, and form like a religious group, so that is a reference group. Like our family or friends will introduce some other group which are having a similar mutual interest, so that group will be a reference group. Okay, now block diagram of reasons to join group. Okay, now we have learned about characteristics. Next, types of groups. Characteristics of group dynamics, types of groups. Now it is block diagram of reasons to join group. Why we should join a group? Why? What is the reason we should join a group? Means what makes people to join in a group? See, what makes people to join in a group? First, it is status. First thing, it is status. Status, you know, status is very people see the status first, like status, affiliation. See, affiliation and goal achievement. To achieve their goals also, people will form like a group. Status, affiliation and goal achievement. Status, affiliation and goal achievement. And also security, self-esteem, power. Status, affiliation, goal achievement, security, self-esteem and power. Security for security purpose, self-esteem, power and status, affiliation, goal achievement. These are the 6 reasons. For based on these reasons only people want to join in a group, which is status, affiliation, goal achievement, security, self-esteem and power. Status we all know. Affiliation, we'll see what affiliation means. Okay, affiliation. See, affiliation. Affiliation meaning a state or a process of affiliate, meaning affiliation is social or a business relationship, valuable financial affiliation. See, for the development of social and business relationship, that is social and business relationship, which is affiliation, and the status and goal achievement. We all know about goal achievement and security purpose, self-esteem. Affiliation, which is about business, and now it is self-esteem. What is self-esteem? We will see. Self-esteem. Self-esteem. Confidence, worth, abilities, and self-respect. See, self-esteem is self-respect and for the power. Security, self-esteem, power, status, affiliation, and goal achievement. So, for these 6 reasons, people like to form in a group. Okay. Next, stages of group formation. Okay. What are the stages? These are the different stages of group formation, like individual and group also. Okay. Stages. First one, forming. First stage is forming. Forming is the first stage of group. What are the stages of group forming? Yes, forming. Forming means individual. How do I fit in this group? How do I fit in? We'll be having a questions when we get into a group. So the first thing is, how do I fit in a group? That means what skills I have and how do I fit in this group? If a group people will think like, why are we here? Initially, if organization itself formed a group without telling us, then why we are in a group? The individuals will be having this question, the people who are already inside the group. Individual issue means, while it is like informal group, through interest they will join. Yes, so why do I fit in this group? For group members, why are we in this group? Okay, why are we here? That is first step, which is forming. Next, storming. What's my role here? After that, why do I fit? Then after which question it is, what's my role here? What's my role here? And in group the question will be, why are we fighting over who's in charge and who does what? Here also the same question, which is relating to their roles. First, why should we fit? Then after, what is our role? That is storming, forming, storming, and next is norming. Norming is, what do others expect me to do? See, when we think about our role, then we will think about the others, what they will think about us, like what do others expect me to do. And here the question is like, can we agree on roles and work as a team? Well, if you these group questions are like, when organization formed you already as a group, then these questions will be arised in your mind. Okay, norming is like, what do others expect me to do? And next it is performing. How can I best perform my role? Then how best you will give? That is the other question. Can we do the job properly or not? Same questions when we are as an individual issue or as a group issue. These are the steps or stages or process of the group formation. Forming, storming, norming, and performing. See, this is stages of group formation. Okay, but forming is like confusion. For initial stage it is a confusion, and next storming is like highest level of disagreement and conflict struggle. Well, norming is like a recognition of individual differences and shared expectations. Expectations here is a disagreement, and here it is a recognition of individual differences, shared expectations. And performing this like maturation and conflicts resolved. This can be happened. These are the stages of group formation. The stages how group formation is happened, like forming, storming, norming, and performing. Now it is a group process. Okay. Group process. Group process. What is this group process? We will discuss now. Group process refers to how an organization members work together to get things done. See, group process refers to how organization members are. See, if in an organization there are a lot of members and how these members are work together and how the things will be done. That is the one of the thing in this group process. A process can be defined as a systematic method of handling activities. How we have to handle the activities, how these people work together, and how we have to handle these activities. Elements of an organization that typically influence group proceeding are. What are the elements of an organization that typically influence the group proceeding are? See, what are the elements that affect this group? Will be communication, participation, decision making, and organizational roles. And these and also task, maintenance, self-oriented. These are the elements of an organization that typically influence the group proceeding. The first thing is about communication. If there are a group of members, communication is a main part so that one can exhibit their own rules and their views, interests, everything. Communication, through communication they will expose themselves in order to share their views. Okay, next, participation looks for differences in amount of participation among members. So participation among group is also plays a main role. So one can learn here and one can exhibit their talent or their views. So participation and decision making. So the group will discuss together to form a one decision, to take one decision. So decision making. Organization roles, a variety of crucial roles need to be filled to ensure group goal accomplishment and success. See, organization roles. See, these four members also having different roles in the organization, but they have to achieve their common goal. In order to achieve that common goal and accomplish and get success, three main things plays a major role. One is task, and another is maintenance, and next is self-oriented. This task is influence the others, and maintenance like encourages, and self-oriented is like dominator. See, task means focuses on getting things done. All these four people have to concentrate only on one thing. The task means getting things to be done, and maintenance is like oriented to have a harmony and relationship improvement among members. See, maintenance is having good harmony, like peace, no conflicts between the organization, group, or members. That is maintenance. Task is like goal oriented. Maintenance and self oriented means focused on personal needs regardless of group concerns. See, what are your requirements in order to achieve and help to the group, what you should also have. That is about focused on personal needs regardless of group concerns. So these are very important elements. So how the group process is happened, like communication, participation, decision making, organization roles. In that organization roles, task, maintenance, and self oriented. So in this video that we have discussed about Introduction of group dynamics, important characteristics of group dynamics, types of group dynamics, types of groups, and next block diagram of reasons to join a group, stages of group formation, group process. So hopefully I hope you all understand this video. If you have any queries regarding this subject, you can mention in comment section. If you like this video, please like. If you like this video, it will be very encouraging for me to do more videos. So please like and share to your friends, and don't forget to subscribe this channel. So thank you.